Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here. So we're going to take out the Seafire F47 CR. Now, what does the CR stand for, you ask? Well, first off, let's notice that this is a carrier plane. We are on top of a carrier, but CR is for contra-rotating. This thing has two propellers rotating in opposite ways, so this could be one of the fastest propeller planes in War Thunder right now, and we're going to kind of take it out for a test flight. And we're carrying 8 rockets. This thing can carry, I think, up to 1,000 pounds of bombs. I'm still in love with the Leander class cruiser. It looks so pretty. I like it. That smokestack design. So, if you listen carefully, you can just hear this thing just really picking up, right? So let's hear it from inside of the cockpit. The cockpit is very, very well detailed. So for you, it's a unique kind of buzz you hear from the contra-rotating propellers. Really exciting. So this thing's armed with 4 20mm guns, as you can see right there, and it can carry up to, I believe it was 1,000 pounds of bombs, or you can go for rockets in increments of 4 or 8. We opted for 8. This thing is really picking up speed. So this could be an excellent propeller for those of you prop heads in War Thunder. And for those of you sim pilots, I mean, check that out. But it can do, it's going to be a great carrier-based plane. I love how the Brits just got like all kinds of carrier-based aircraft now. But man, this thing is just sweet. It's fast, it's agile. You really feel like this can do a lot. But yeah, so I don't think a lot of people noticed that the CR-47, the Seafire CR-47, had these contra-rotating propellers. And it's just like, I mean, it's gonna be a Spitfire. It's kind of like, you know, very reminiscent of a Spitfire, but it's the Seafire, so the carrier variant. But with the 2 propellers, this bad boy is gonna be quick. It's got the 420s, so it's gonna be deadly. It can carry bombs, it can carry rockets, and it's got plenty of cannon rounds in those 420s, enough to blaze any enemy from head-ons or hopping on their 6. This is just great. And you can load ground rounds, so if you're into the ground attack type stuff, you've got the ordnance and you've got the guns to do it. Really, really awesome plane all the way around. Cockpit's great, as are most Spitfires and Seafires. But man, this is beautiful. Makes you wonder what it would have been like to fly this kind of like a state-of-the-art plane back in the day. But anyway, so that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Seafire FR47 CR. A lot of things that kind of rhymed, aren't they? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here. We are on the Attacker FB1, the carrier-based jet. Interestingly enough, we didn't spawn on the carrier, but I would imagine because it is a pretty small British carrier right here. So, and I was told that you can kind of tell that it's a British carrier based off of the guns on the side there. They're rather unique looking. So if you can identify that carrier, feel free to let us all know. And I just wanted to kind of show it off and show off the cockpit of this bad boy. You can see the rockets. This thing, I believe, can carry 2 1,000-pounder bombs or lesser ordnance, or I opted for 8 rockets. You can see the cockpit, me holding my joystick. It's a little intimate moment, you know, staring into a guy's cockpit as he's holding his joystick, but looks pretty nice. Lots of details all around. Looks pretty good. Fire extinguishers over there, guys, just in case you're wondering. But you know what? Let's drop some bombs. And by bombs, I mean rockets, and we actually have 12 rockets. But this thing's pretty sweet. Kind of's got that dual intake in the front, sort of reminiscent of a Harrier, which was a later British carrier-based aircraft. The VTOL enabled the British to continue using kind of smaller carrier designs, as opposed to the very, very large ones that the Americans operated in modern times. And I guess even the Russian carriers with their little ski jumps at the end were smaller in size than American style carriers, but it's interesting to see all the different designs. This, however, is not VTOL. Sorry to bust your bubble there. But you can see this carrier escorted, but it's just kind of cool. I wanted to show you the top of the line for the Fleet Air Arm here in terms of the jet that they have. So we're going to do a little drive-by firing. These are just test rockets. Don't worry, they won't harm anybody. Can you imagine being in the deck of that ship as you just got a rocket barrage on you? Let's see what else is over here. But yeah, so I wanted to show off some of the cockpits and kind of give a closer look because I know a lot of people were dying to see them. And if you're a subscriber to my Facebook page, you already saw the contra-rotating Seafire the other day. But, you know, that's just one of the perks. I like to put Facebook exclusives, and that was kind of just a preview. Strafing the deck. Killing the Admiral. But yeah, so that is the attacker. Loving it. Fleet Air Arm, the jet of the Fleet Air Arm. It's no Sea Jesus, but I tell you what, it's pretty cool. Let's take a closer look at those two planes that I just showed off. Kind of show, you know, you got to see them in the air and all that stuff, and I want to show you the ordnance that they're able to get. So with the Attacker FB1, you can carry the two 1000s, two 500s. One of these 1,000-pound bombs is good enough to knock out a light cruiser or a destroyer with one hit. The problem is when you're in realistic or sim battles, you drop both bombs at the same time because they will be under either wing, as you can see here. So to keep things balanced, they will drop at the same time. However, in arcade, it's a little different. So in arcade, you can get away with dropping one at a time and potentially kill two destroyers or two light cruisers or, you know, anything like that. So these are the modifications. You can see that it has 4 20mm Hispano Mark IV cannons with 624 total rounds. So if you do the math, it's a little over 150 rounds per gun. I guess that'd be what, 158 rounds per gun? Because I did the math. You can also use 12 76mm rockets, so it's kind of a decent ground attack. I wouldn't say it's anything spectacular. It's definitely no 82 Skyraider with the verse, like the amount of options or even just the sheer firepower. But really, you get a couple rockets or a couple decent-sized bombs, but you're not really going to be a designated... It'd be a nice fighter bomber, but not really. I wouldn't say it's a ground attacker, despite it being called an Attacker FB1. But that's within the game. In real life, obviously, you only need to drop a few bombs, right? That's generally your mission. It's not, hey, destroy everything on the enemy team, you know? I mean, fly a couple kilometers, rearm and reload. But now we'll check out the Seafire. But here, see, this is what the contra-rotating prop looks like. It's just freaking beautiful. And, you know, at first it looks like a 6-propeller, you know, 6-bladed prop, but it's actually 2 props of 3 blades each. And the rockets look great. So we'll take a look at the different mods you can kind of get for this. You can get up to 8 76s, 4 76s, or 1,000 total pounds of bombs. So it's cool that it's a carrier-based plane. And I think this plane is gorgeous. Some people are like, oh, those British planes are ugly. Are you kidding me? This is a gorgeous plane, man. I love it. Very sleek looking. I guess they may not like these, you know, the basically typical orientation of the British wings and how they look, but I think it looks pretty sleek. And then you look at that, and this thing's a bad mamma jamma, especially when you consider 420s blazing and the rockets. But, yep, so ladies and gentlemen, that was a little closer preview of, I think, the two highlights. Actually, you know what, just for fun, I want to see the FireFly and kind of fly that one out. So just for fun, we'll take a look at the mods. You can basically, this thing's got some power here. See, you can carry bombs and rockets. So this one would be more of a fun attacker, like in a ground attack role, if that's the way you wanted to go. And it could also be a competent fighter bomber. So I think it's it'll be fun for those kind of missions if that's what you're into. 16 76mm rockets. Yeah, that's definitely what we're going to go for. And we'll test fly that real quick. You can take ground target rounds, which were armor piercings and some high explosive fragmentations. But yeah, let's take a look. And I kind of want to see the cockpit to see. Doesn't look like you can look behind, but it will be interesting to see the co-pilot there. And they were saying he works as a spotter, and in situations like, oh, there's a guy in your 6 and stuff like that, like spotter, navigator. It's pretty interesting because his view is really only limited to either side of the plane, so you can see, just look at the amount of rockets it has. Now that, I would say this is kind of an ugly plane. He just looks, look at that little silly smile, like, hey guys. You know, that's what I imagine him saying. You know, kind of like the, whatever that train cartoon was back in the day. Man, this thing takes a while to power up. Luckily we're in a arcade on this short little... But yeah, so we'll take a look. There is our kind of, you know, navigator. Hello there, George. We got some Jerry's coming in on 6, so why don't you take care of them? You know, I imagine that's the conversations. Or you know what? Maybe if they've got a little teapot back there. Although, how would he get it to the front? You know, how did they work that out? See, these are the things you really got to think about. But this thing's just a heavy beast. Can carry a lot more ordnance than the attacker or the Seafire. But this FireFly is pretty cool. Very unique looking. Kind of derpy looking in some regards. I just want to make like a face, little eyes on the little bulgy, little bubble cockpit there, and then a little smile right below the propeller. Hey there, guys. But the British have some very pretty planes, but this one rather derpy. But let's check out the cockpit, right? So we can't see our buddy James back there, as George is piloting this bad boy. You can see the 420s. And the cockpit's very well detailed, as per usual. What is that? Is that to put it over kind of like a little screen? I think that might be what it is, honestly. Like it looks like it can rotate to the top, and maybe for glare or something, so you can be a little more accurate. When you have this many rockets, you just can't miss. Sorry, old lady. Just wanted to say hi. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the FireFly. It's a plane I will definitely be flying out and checking out, but a little closer look. And you know what, just for fun, let's take a look. There is a cockpit for the Canberra. We'll do that real quick. So we'll check out the cockpit of the Canberra and maybe even the HS-129, because the Panzernacker now has a cockpit. So where is the new Canberra? Take it out for a quick little test flight. This bad boy is a jet able to carry a lot of bombs. As you can see here, we're taking 4,000 pounds of bombs, but this is a jet bomber. And it's got cannons. Pew, pew, pew. Alright, let's take off. I ain't looking to be rearmed anytime soon. Oh, this one doesn't have it. I know one of the Canberras does. Not the cannon Canberra, maybe just the regular Canberra. Is that the pronunciation, my hearties? Canberra or Canberra? It's probably Canberra. It sounds more sophisticated, and the British accent sounds just so freaking sophisticated, you know? I think us in the United States, or the colonies for you, you bitter Brits. Oh my God! Wow. This is the cockpit. I'm getting a phone call. We're gonna have to postpone this. Yeah, that was the Queen. She really likes this cockpit. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. This is a really crazy cockpit. So you can see it from the outside to give you some context. Look at that bubble. Holy crap. Dang. Oh my gosh, you jet pilots, you sim jet pilots? What is that for? Is that the exit? Is that where you try to like parachute out of or something? Look at all these levers and stuff, man. Is that the lever you pull and it triggers this thing? My God. It's kind of disorienting, honestly. Like, it's just sky everywhere. One of the best cockpits in the game. You can see the jets back there. Holy shit. We're gonna take a nice little screenshot of that. My God. Holy crap. I'm like surprised and... What? Who the heck is that? Did you guys know that there was someone back there? I guess he's the bombardier, right? Ready to drop bombs? Man. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like George makes his return here. As the bombardier. So you got levers to push and pull back there? What's that button? Or gauge? Or speaker or phone or whatever it is. Looks like there's a fire extinguisher behind me, or maybe that's like the ejection. I don't know, guys. Pretty crazy all the way around. It looks like he's got... Oh, can we see through that? Or there's two guys back there. Oh, okay. So if they have to bail out, they jump out the top. I guess what? One's a navigator, one's a bombardier, something like that. This is a 3-man crew. A 3-hour tour. But anyway, that is the Canberra cockpit. Now let's check out the HS-129. The Panzernacker in its cockpit. Jawohl. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. But, yeah, the Panzernacker. Okay. Now, there's two Panzernackers. I'm assuming they put the cockpit in for both of them. But, I actually did check out the 129's cockpit, I'm pretty sure. Because, look at this thing, man. It's just an armored box. Oh, you know what we gotta do? Boom! Wait a minute. I wanted to see the armor. But yeah, so that's the cockpit. Actually, let's do a little longer, right? Check out the gauges. Kabine auf den Hebel ziehen. That's probably not the pronunciation, and the Germans are like, "You're so silly," and I'm like, "Sorry, I tried." StuH vorgerückt. Dressel. Dressel große. Dressel kleine. Right? Is that right? Anywhere close to being right? Damn. But this thing is just crazy armored. I thought maybe if we press... Oh. Nope. For me it's I. But all we see is the internal components, not the... But it is kind of cool now that you're able to see that, like, while flying. But I want to see the armor of this thing because I think that it's got some crazy amount in the front. But I like how they do this because it helps layman people, like myself, in certain cases, check out... Oh, yeah. The armor profile. Alright, so here's the cockpit, right? How easy is it going to be to snipe this guy? Let's take a look. 75 millimeters thickness. Good luck. 12 millimeters of thickness. The glass is 75 from the front, 40 on the sides. Pretty thin. But the bottom of these engines here is 5 millimeters of thickness. Right here we've got another 5 millimeter thickness. But if you're trying to snipe this pilot and you shoot him in the glass, it ain't gonna happen, guys. Yeah, it's gonna deflect. But everything else is relatively pretty well armored though. But yeah, so that's why the cockpit is so terrible to look at, or look through rather, because it's just so thick. You know, you're not gonna have to deal with it. But anyway, so that's some of the cockpits. Have we shown the Arado cockpit? Does it even have a cockpit? I hope so. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to try it out, just in case it does. 1,500 kilos of ordnance as its max in a couple of different combinations. We've got two 20 millimeters. No cockpit for the Arado yet. But you got this funny little periscope thing on the top. Makes it kind of look like a little bit of a shark. But you know what? That's the best thing. Actually, that's the second best thing. The best thing is the 4 engines. Loving it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you all for watching. That was a little more detail on some of the British planes, as well as the Arado. Arado Akbar. Arado is greater. Hail Lord Arado. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for watching. Make sure to pull the trigger on the like button, share the video with a friend, and I'll be seeing you soon.